Hello, hi, yes, hello there, Site 42 staff, as well as those of you from the greater SCP Foundation, and welcome to another Fan Art Friday, a subsidiary of the anomalous broadcast from Site 42. As always, I am Dr. Theron Sherman, Site Director here at Site 42, as well as Head Containment Specialist. And as I have done daily for the past nearly 7 months, the streak continues strong. I am here for about the next 45 minutes to A, answer your queries about the SCP Foundation, whether they be about the anomalies we contain, the staff who contain them, the groups of interest who are not big fans of the whole containing thing, if I'm being honest, and of course, hypothetical containment procedures about anomalies that fall outside of the SCP Foundation's purview. Perhaps they're from a different multiverse or pataphysical narrative level, i.e. fandom. I am here with answers, but before the Q&A begins, I need to do Fan Art Friday. Fan Art Friday, where I go to the site42artwalk@gmail.com email address, and if you guys submitted art that doesn't break the rules, then I can show them on Fan Art Friday, and that's what we're doing today. Now, before I start the fan art section, a little housekeeping. First and foremost, Junior Researcher Sally, congratulations on being the most punctual member of the Containment Hazard Assessment Team today. Congratulations on being our first chatter. Alongside you, Billy the Go-Goat, King of ADHD, Ember Chaos, Silent Follower, Star the Comet, Aoki, everyone who I'm just named, thank you for being here on time. Being punctual is important here. And thank you for being members. We appreciate your membership and your service. Meanwhile, Dark Red, AA Blackwood, Zombie Cat, Hazard, Roar Caution, Jaden. You guys, thank you for being here on time, punctually, and thank you for being here just for being you. Further, moving forward with housekeeping, reminder, somehow, streaming daily for 6.5 to 7 months has accidentally qualified Site 42 for the Streamer Awards. I did not intend this, but I might as well take advantage of the opportunity. The nominations are still open until tomorrow, so this is the last day to nominate people. We're in the last 24 hours. So go to the link that is in the description of this video or pinned in the chat. That will lead you to the top of my support link. It has the nomination page for the Streamer Awards. We qualify for 5 categories. We could be the best vertical streamer, the best just chatting streamer, the best roleplay streamer, the best hidden gem award, or the League of Their Own award. And so if you have not voted for any one of those categories, I would very much appreciate it. If you voted for Site 42, not Dr. Sherman, our channel is Site 42, that's the name we want to use. And by doing so, may we win an award? Maybe. There's a lot of streamers out there, the odds are small. But will someone, judging the competition, have to see the name Site 42 half a dozen to 50 dozen times and go, what is Site 42? What is the SCP Foundation? We're going to weird out the judges. That pleases me immensely, and that's a guarantee. So thank you for your vote if you already voted, and thank you in advance if you plan to vote for us. With all that out of the way, the Q&A and the donos will be handled as soon as I finish Fan Art Friday. So let's begin the fan art portion. Dark Red, just for your question. It is site-42, not site_42. But they did say if there are clear misspellings that are close enough, then they might be able to salvage it. So go for the dash, but it's not the end of the world if you were wrong, I think. All right, here we go. Going to the email. The email. What? The email. Starting from Gage. Gage is our first fan arter of the day, and giving us a simple doodle. Here we come. Attention all facility staff. SCP-999 has a bazooka. Run for your lives. Ah! And you know what? It's a simple doodle, but the idea behind it makes me laugh. That is far too much sugar for 999 to have gone to the armory and gotten a bazooka to let out the energy. Not a fan. Don't do that. But a fine doodle. A fine doodle. All right. Val. Dr. Val. This is so much. The arts contain, why do I see the phrase in all caps, not a ship? What are we not shipping? You're worrying me, Dr. Val. You're worrying me. All right, I'm just going in. Here we go. No, Sherm ain't blushing in any of the drawings. He always has a reddish hue on his face. Yep, can confirm. I have jolly Santa Claus cheeks. Rosy as ever. Okay, anyways. Here is the Sherlion. The Shermlion. I'm also wearing a dark blue shirt today. That's very coincidental. But yes, this is majestic as fuck. And as a Leo born in the year of the tiger, both zodiacs giving me big cat energy, I approve of this greatly. It's very, very somber. I'm digging it. I'm digging it. Next up. That is absolutely horrifying. I don't like this at all. I'm sure Desk would be tickled. If you haven't noticed, Desk is not with us today. The Desk is otherwise engaged. So we will have to show this to Desk later. But over my dead body, you big hunk of scales. Hell yeah. Ah, I see. So, I'm dead. And also, this is not a ship. This is not a ship. I was told this was not a ship. Ooh, that's a nice 939 you got there. Wait, I'm confused about this one. The iPods are 131. What is asking about Eric? Did Eric make the iPods? Am I missing some lore here? I'm a fair bit confused, and I'm looking into, and one loud walking yarn ball, the text says. I guess I'm not familiar with the yarn ball entity, but it might be a creation of Eric, the anomalous toy maker. Eric's toy. Yes, Dr. Val. Okay, good to know, good to know. And as always, very fine art. I like the way all of this has like brush strokes going, or like a gradient, or some sort of art term that I don't have the words for, but you're doing the art term that I'm thinking of. Good work, Dr. Val. Salute. All right. Next up. We move to Director Ethan, who for the Desk's birthday drew the Desk's newest SCP article. Do we read? Are we back? That was my fault. I put a fat thumb in the wrong place. Are we back? Checking. Moving over to chat. We are back. Okay. Art! Art. For Desk's birthday, Art of SCP-2303, the ink blot. It is made this person have a not good time, which is what that anomaly does. It is, in fact, bad for your health. Good work, Ethan. Thank you for tagging your gore. And I showed the gore because we are the Foundation. We do not fear the bad things that happen. Although it is nice if they're tagged to warn people. And I really should have warned people myself. Next time. All right. Next up in our art run is Eloise. And Eloise, we have our second simple 999 doodle of the day. But I do like how you integrated the background with our little guy here. And the Skittles are always a joy. The rainbow has been tasted. And notice, no bazooka. This is the right amount of Skittles. Do better next time, other universe where 999 had a bazooka. Now we have made it to today's thumbnail. Today's thumbnail from Leha. Leha has brought us a very sophisticated Dr. Sherman with some very hard-working hand drawing. Look at the majesty of the hand. That is a majestic-ass hand right there. I know very little about art, but I do know how hard hands are to draw. So good on ya. Very schmancy. Right about there. Yes. Good. Next up, Dark Duality has a big art post. Dark Duality. Here we go. Fire 1. Do you need to be cured? Do you need to be cured? Get out of my face, 049. We're not being shipped twice in one Art Friday. Thank you. This is the 682999 Struggle Hug approving. Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello, my ragtime doll. Send me a kiss, my wife. Baby, my heart's on fire. Ooh, beraggled. Just woke up on the wrong side of the bed. Guess I have to kill all humans. Oh, Clef. You are, in fact, cleffing. Very nice, Dark Duality. I mean, Rave Haven. That is a Warner Brothers cartoons reference before Spaceballs. But I respect the hustle of calling out Spaceballs for it anyways. Next up, Hazard has welded us some things. Let us see some welding. No! Why? Why? No! Don't associate that with me! No! Not okay. Not okay. See? That's better. That is better. Not that, but that's better. Yes. Check out all of my majesty. Do you feel the majesty? Does it feel majestic? Of course it does. No! No, it's worse! It is worse than it was before. No! No, 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 no. You're all terrible. You're all terrible. Every one of you, terrible. Getting what's the opposite of a raise? A pay cut. A pay cut upon all of your paychecks. You horrible, horrible people. I know I can't actually deduct your pay for this, but I would. All right, Alice of Just Alice of the SCP animated series here on YouTube, Anomaly. Has shared with us some blatant self-promotion, but since it's for an SCP project, it technically still falls within the Fanart Friday rules. And technically correct is the best kind of correct. And so, here is someone in a dire situation, or at least a dire situation that became slightly less dire. And here, something spooky seems to be afoot. This whole area here is giving me certain vibes that I'm not a fan of. Not a fan of this little area down here. Doing a whole, Bill Cipher thing. Not a fan. And finally, Alice sent us a small sample of animation, which I have now pulled up on the screen. Introduction to SCP-5000. No! Play it again. No! Pietro, no! Pietro! You're ruining everything! We could have saved humanity, but we can't because you stopped everything by resetting the timeline. But you don't know it. You think you're the good guy. Also, those 173 offshoot statues with the bladey things. Vicious looking. Vicious looking. Awesome. That's what I thought of them when I read the story. That's what I'm feeling. Good work, Alice. Next up in our fan art set, we go to Rarkoshin. Rarkoshin. Here is numero uno. I like the colors. I think it's just nice and bright and colorful. It's very good. And then this, I like the chill vibes. I like the vibes. You got like, very excited to meet you. Hello. Might want to test experiments on you. That smirk is a little sinister. Yeah, we vibing. We vibing. It's cool. And there was one more. A cup of ace. Hashtag content in asexual. With a frosty beverage. Dr. Sherman, I would like to confirm that hand took a shit ton of time to draw. And we respect the hustle. We respect the hustle. And thank you, Rar Caution. Next up. All right. Intern Kudigan, otherwise known as Star the Comet. How fucking dare you? How dare you, Dr. Chair and Desk, us? He saw that thing in his dream through loss. We have been lost.jpg'd. I fall upon Dr. Chair in disdain and despair. Oh, man. That is, in fact, how I feel right now. Yes. Is this loss? This is loss. Damn it. And it's quite good, too, so you can't even be mad because the quality is there. You son of a bitch. Good work. Okay, moving on to copyrights. Copyrights. So if you don't know, this is Dr. Agatha Wrights, and several copies of which is why this pun is good for you, in case you needed the joke explained to you. Yes. Honestly, the only thing I despair about this is that while the copyrights joke is really good, and I do love a good pun and a good dad joke, the lost one is just so damn funny that I really should have showed them in reverse so we can amp our way up. You gotta think of the order of your story and build to a climax. And, ooh, I got that one backwards, but still, great work. And that brings us to our final fan order. Our final fan order of the day. Billy the Go-Goat has a nice, friendly day at the break room. With the desk, Dr. Sherman. And Billy the Go-Goat, I don't know your doctor name. But alto clef, Dr. Sherman are there. Again, I like the nice bright colors. It makes me happy. I wonder what the hell you're drinking here. What is this? What is this texture of liquid? I'm frightened. You have like a dragon fruit boba tea underneath a green foam of some sort. I am confused. Dr. Aaron, okay. That is officially the end of the fan art that I have in the fan art folder. I do not have any fan arts otherwise in the fan art folder. And in fact, no one broke any rules today, which I'm very excited about. So thank you for that. I do see Ravehaven asking if I showed their art. And because I do not know if one of these is their user handle or not, I do not know or think I did, but that just means I probably didn't receive it, because I showed all the art that was present today, and there were no rule breakers. So perhaps you sent it to the wrong email or something such. Dr. Sherman, what is the drink you're drinking? This is a breakfast smoothie. All right, we now have successfully gotten through the fan art portion. And with just shy of 30 minutes left today, that means we have just shy of 30 minutes left for Q&A, etc. So I'm returning to the chat, refreshing it. Epic Fire Dragon, Dr. Darkstar, thank you for your 5-month member message as an overseer here at Site 42. We appreciate your membership and your service to the Foundation. Hey Doc, Dr. Darkstar here. I'm back, just got back. Need me to grab or do anything? Can you make sure that thing is properly caged up? I would appreciate that. Star, thank you for your first donation of today's stream as well as being a member. Make sure to grab yourself some boba tea on your way past the commissary. Hey, Doc, I'm so happy that I made you laugh and happy. Well, thank you kindly. I'm glad you made art and good art and funny art. Art that can elicit emotions. That's why we make art. So thank you for that. Oh, by the way, while I was reading fan art, I think I saw something. I Eat Black Olives GT. Welcome to Site 42 staff. Thank you for subscribing. Question about SCP-3745. If someone who didn't have any prior relationships had physical contact with the anomaly, what would have happened if it wasn't neutralized, of course? 3745, you say. 3745. Why did you not type it correctly, Dr. Sherman? You know that makes it harder to find it. Codename. As the heart breaks, so do the heavens. Object class neutralized. Special containment procedures doesn't matter. Description. Amalgamation consisting of components from two human skeletons. Based on the shape of the mandible and pelvic regions, 3745 skeletal components are believed to originate from an adolescent male and female. The left and right halves of 3745 are fused among the longitudinal axis at the pelvis and diverge among the lower spinal column, blah, 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 blah. The phrases, two lovers in eternal embrace, and stolen by a descending flame, are engraved on the left and right T2 vertebra, respectively. Emits a constant but negligible amount of gamma radiation. Any human, henceforth designated as primary subject, who makes contact with the Siamese twins here, will undergo a Duprass event. Direct contact with the skin is not required. Secondary contact through adjacent materials such as clothing will also trigger a Duprass event. So we can't do it through gloves. We have to use, like, clamps to lift it. Just a quick moment, popping back to the chat. Mr. Present 99, thank you for the huge dub of gifting 10 memberships to today's Site 42 Containment Hazard Assessment Team, i.e. chat. Thank you for your generosity and your help in building our army of green names for the battle against the white names. Furthermore, if you got a membership from Mr. Present 99, make sure to thank them for their generosity. And of course, Mr. Present, we also appreciate your membership and your service as well. And Cool Beans, welcome to Site 42 staff. Thank you for subscribing. Continuing on. When they touch, as well as any materials attached to their person, will instantly be transported to a location designated 3745-1. Okay, how the hell do we carry this thing if we can't even use, like, claws? I guess we had to use, like, a grabber attached to a forklift to carry this thing without having it touch the thing we're touching. Very frustrating. Anyways. You're displaced to a location designated -1. Another individual will also be displaced to -1 from their current location. The secondary subject is invariably someone who the primary subject has experienced a romantic attachment to. While a Duprass event is in progress, no other subjects can be displaced to -1, and 3745 can be touched without incident. It is largely a desert, size of which is currently unknown, hazy sky, kinda cold, no plant life, streets, houses, and buildings are present, unsafe levels of radiation, no long-term effects from this. When one of them dies, the other person is transported back to reality. Once they make it back, both subjects or the remains thereof will return to baseline reality. Okay. Strange. I guess it's a place you can live the rest of your life until whatever. But what I would say then is if you did not have, as you said, a romantic relationship beforehand, I mean, I imagine it would go down to the next level. Maybe it's someone you had a crush on, but it was unrequited or you never told them. And if not, maybe you go there with a friend. And if not, maybe you go there with a family member who you liked. I'm sure that it, like, drops down. David Hood says, it sounds cool, but also sinister. So it sounds to me like the thematic is maybe getting to be together when you lost the opportunity. It seems to be people torn about by war. If I am just skimming, because it's a pretty long article. I think I would like to read it later on, because it seems like people in the discussion like it quite well. And so it sounds like a good emotional article if that's the kind of vibe you're in. 3745. Mr. President as well, thank you for your 4-month member message as a level 1 researcher here at Site 42. We appreciate even more your membership and your service in the long term. SCP-076 and 999 meet. What happens? Well, remember, 076 is technically the sarcophagus, not so much Abel, who's the -2. I think that's a little rude of me, though, a little pedantic, because I actually believe, pardon me, that the sarcophagus is actually -1, which means neither one is the actual 076. It is the combination of the two, if I'm remembering correctly. Yes, 076 is 2 components. The stone sarcophagus is -1, the humanoid entity is -2. Either way, SCP-999 cannot be destroyed by blade or blunt force, meaning Abel could not harm SCP-999. But SCP-999 could tickle Abel and possibly get Abel to calm the fuck down. Nicole, welcome to Site 42 staff. Thank you for subscribing. Has SCP-999 interacted with SCP-076 in the database? I'm not finding a meetup of the two of them in the database, so that is my hypothesis. Either 999 manages to tickle and calm down Abel, or Abel gets frustrated at dodging 999 and just leaves. Star, thank you for donating again. Doc, I've been trying to animate for weeks, but exams finally ended and I'm free. Making a Dr. Sherm plush, animating and art are hard at the same time. A Dr. Sherm plush? Ooh, that'll be interesting. And wow, you've got art and animating and plush making. You are making yourself quite busy. Do what you can, do all that you can, but also focus in on projects to get them done. Let's not get in a scenario of all artists where we do everything halfway and then we stop because we get on the new thing before we finish a project. Make sure all of you finish your projects. Does Shy Guy beat Omni-Man? Based on what we've done to Shy Guy to break its bones and harm it, I do think Omni-Man might be strong enough to defeat Shy Guy. Because Shy Guy is mindless, and Omni-Man has a lot of tactics up there. Can move pretty damn quick, quicker than 096 can. I do believe that Omni-Man could take 096. I mean, I don't know, though. We have thrown 096 into the sun, and then it pulled the sun back to Earth, somehow. So it might have some hidden wells in there that we don't know about. Tough call, tough call. Oh no, I made the entire Containment Hazard Assessment team depressed because I told them to finish their projects. What have I done? I have insulted the artists. This is not their way. I'm so sorry. Alex the Shark, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure to grab yourself some calming jasmine tea on your way past the commissary. What happens if SCP-611 gets to SCP-914? So the flesh that hates... No, that's 610. What's 611? SCP-611, parasitic toothpick. First discovered in New Mexico. Group of tourists recently returning from a place. Contact dentist concerning severe tooth and jaw pain. A botfly that camouflages as a toothpick I'm starting to hate this. Lay eggs in the gums of a subject when used as a toothpick. I hate it even more. No, 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 no. I hate it. I'm upvoting it because I hate it so much. 611 is terrible. Why would you put that into my brain? No. So here's the deal. SCP 914, the Clockworks, has not been approved for biological testing. And these toothpick botflies are biological. So we would not test them together in the first place. But furthermore, what was I saying? What I'm saying is we're not testing that. And I hate it. And I hate to think of what would be happening to put them in on fine and very fine. Because I don't want them on steroids. Intern American, email me what you're talking about. I'll be the judge of that. The Computer Guy, thank you for your 4-month member message as a level 1 researcher. We appreciate your continued membership and service. Looks at my several large interrelated projects. Well, if they're interrelated, I guess that's fine because you're finishing a whole thing there. It's just parts of a whole, right? Right. Right. Scarlett, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Go ahead and get yourself a chimichanga on your way past the commissary. Learning Korean, it won't let me type it in Dono. Well, yes, and it would be a waste because I can't read Korean. So let's stick with English in the chat and the donos. That is a rule for the chat anyways. Desk and I can't moderate if we can't read it. You know what I mean? Mr. President, thank you for donating for the first time, as well as your membership gift and your member message. Thank you very much for all of your generosity in today's stream. Go ahead and grab yourself a dozen donuts on your way past the commissary. Just for you, have a beer on me or whatever. Still waiting for a dose of 5706. And yeah, I hated this one too. Spoil sport, lol. 5706, you say. 5706, you say. Boom. Codename, Skyrim speedrun prank gone wrong, gone sexual, not clickbait. While I open this, there's your content warning. So you want the herpes virus that causes you to SCP-5706 is an anomalous version of the herpes STD that when you orgasm, if you have this virus, your perception causes you to have to play through the entirety of the action RPG game Skyrim in your mind with its expansion packs before you wake up. And once you finish the entire game of Skyrim, or specifically the main quest line, you pop back into reality at the exact moment you left. So there's even time dilation so that you come back where you came from. You come back where you came from. Son of a bitch. So, written by SCP author Chewbacca. Thank you for this wonderful piece of art. And you know what? You know what, Mr. Present? Due to your generosity today, yes, I will get that sample sent to your office. For whatever reasons you want it. Only for use on yourself, no one else. Son of a gun. Local Candy Kid, welcome to Site 42 staff. Thank you for subscribing. Alex the Shark, thank you for donating again. What about SCP-658, the botfly parasite in 914? Due to the parasite's mechanical nature. 658, you said. 658. So why do you know all the botfly anomalies specifically? Why is that your interest? Are you with the entomology? Etymology. Entomology. Entomology? Entomology division. Is that why? So, funny that it's also here in the 600s. Autonomous robotic device. Flexible legs and an eye. Spider-like legs. Remain active at all times despite lacking a power source. Reproduction through impregnating other machines. So robots that can get other pieces of technology pregnant to create more of itself. Great. So let me first see if we have a 658-914 test. The problem with the frickin' I need to make a master document that's 1,000,000 pages long. That is just all of the test logs of 914 on one page. That way I can just Control F without having to search through 1,000,000 volumes of that damned log. That damned log is too damn long. So maybe I will assemble that on Monday. I work all weekend, so I don't have time right now. But it's something I can do next week and have that for future 914 testing. SCP-658, SCP-914. Show versions with 958. It has not been tested, so my hypothesis, I mean, it's technology, it's going to make either lesser or higher tech of these. I don't want them to evolve to a point where they could infect humans. That would make me even more upset than the previous anomaly. So, or what if it made them bigger so they can impregnate automobiles? Disgusting. Why are you putting all this in my head? I did not know of these bug anomalies, and they're upsetting me. King of ADHD, I'm so glad you asked for a time check. I only have 6 more minutes. Holy hell. Star the Comet, thank you for donating again. SCP vs. Batman isn't it. I want an Apple versus Dr. King. Well, Dr. Everett King probably has a tale about apples. Johnny Appleseed over there. I would suggest checking the database for Dr. King plus Apple and see what you find. I'm sure it's in there somewhere. Scarlett, thank you for donating again. Learning to type Korean right now, leaving, see ya. Well, thank you for donating on your way out. Computer Guy, thank you for donating twice for your first time. Make sure to grab yourself some frijoles on your way past the commissary. I have my uni stuff plus the novel I'm writing that touches on a bunch of topics, plus the magic fluid dynamic software I'm making to simulate my comprehensive theory of magic, plus my relaxation stuff. I do computer science at uni. That is, in fact, a lot of stuff. But it looks like, as you said, they're all interrelated, so just, finish your masterwork, your project. Put it all together. Build your body of work. What did I miss? Bored as hell, you missed everything. Stream is ending in 5 minutes. Good news, the VOD is there. Questerus, thank you for your 6-month member message. As a level 1 researcher here at Site 42, we appreciate your membership and your service. Can I take SCP-999 for a walk? Only if it is put down the bazooka. Only if it is put down the bazooka, yes. Intern Potato, yes. SCP-67 is a fountain pen that when you hold it, takes over your arm and it forces you to make very beautiful pieces of art and or writes your life story, even biographical details that you may have forgotten. It's a very useful anomaly. Are we allowed to wear pajamas under our lab coats if we live on site? This isn't college, Intern Haven. Dress like a professional. Are there any animal SCPs? Just wondering. Intern Hood, not only are there numerous animal anomalies, but we've got an entire group of interests dedicated to them called Wilson's Wildlife Solutions. It is essentially Steve Irwin in the Pacific Northwest with an anomalous animal sanctuary. Check out Wilson's Wildlife Solutions for a ton of anomalous animals. Where's Siren Head? Haven't seen him around. Siren Head is not an SCP. Anomalous, yes, but it is not an SCP, so you won't be seeing it around the containment site. Though there is an SCP codenamed Siren Head. Yes, and that one is in fact a boat. And they are making fun of everyone thinking Siren Head is an SCP by naming one Siren Head close enough to trick people. Very funny. Wooden containing Spider-Man risks the veil given his relation to the Avengers. Spider-Man risks the veil given his oh, you copy and pasted that question twice somehow. But the answer is no. It would put an anomaly in containment. And the Avengers should be next if we could manage it. What's that ugly thing on your head? Oh, your hair, of course. Well, since you don't have any social graces to not be a dick, farewell. Rule 0 of the SCP Wiki and the internet is don't be a dick. If you think being anonymous is enough to protect you, I don't care. Bye-bye. Plus, I know my hair looks fresh as fuck. Boy. General Grimm, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as being a member. Make sure to grab yourself a plate of pizza rolls on your way past the commissary. Dr. Sherman, Dr. Williams here. I just came across an interesting set of files. Have you ever heard of SCP The Mender, a fan project by novice researcher Voltjolt? If so, why not canon? I am completely unfamiliar with this. SCP fan animated series by Voltjolt. Pixel art I'm seeing 2 years ago. Videos made something a month ago. Playlist. No, not that. Well, I'll have to check in on it. I'm not familiar with this. But, making fan works off the wiki is often much easier than making something canon. Because if you want to make something off wiki, you just say, okay, this is my thing, it's my OC, I made it, I'm done. Getting something onto the wiki requires the community vote, requires judgment by the other writers. It's a tougher prospect. And so when making a fan work, sometimes it is just easier to make up your own thing. Although I do like the effort of making something good enough that could be on the wiki. I find that a challenge that should be worth taking as well at times. It's a give or take, give or take. Sans the Skeleton, thank you for your first donation to today's stream as well as being a member. Make sure to grab yourself a fajita on your way past the commissary. Dr. Sherman, who would win, 096 or Sans? I think Sans would get tired before 096 took enough damage to fall. So I think 096 takes Sans. Yes, and congratulations. Thank you, Dr. Darkstar, for pointing out. At the end of stream here, we are in a position where the likes are higher than the viewers. So thank you, Mobile Task Force Psi-42, codename Signal Boosters, for hitting that like button and bringing more people to the Foundation. We appreciate your service. And now we are here at the end of stream. And of course, at the end of stream, I always tell you my favorite SCPs. It's a bit of a tradition around these parts. But I'm not going to tell you the SCPs I personally wrote are my favorites. That would be cheating. But if you want to see the SCPs I wrote, you can go to the Sherm's Site42 author page and hub on the SCP Wiki proper. It is in the support link that's pinned in the chat if you want to jump straight there. There on my author page, you can see all the SCPs I wrote, as well as contributed voice works or sound effects too. I also, one page over for them, have some links. Some links that people are very often interested in finding, but they just don't try hard enough to find them. But that's not you guys. You'll find the links. I believe in you. And while you are there, you can become a Site42 Patreon patron or YouTube channel member to support us once a month. You can do Ko-Fi donations or YouTube Super Chats if you want to donate to us once at a time. Either way, direct donations are the easiest way to help us keep the lights on, so we appreciate it greatly. And if you can't donate because you're part of the Broke Gang, do not fret. Of course, we understand the story and trial and tribulations of the Broke Gang. We're an arts community. Starving artist is a common refrain. And so, if you are part of the Broke Gang, do not worry. As long as you are watching our videos and commenting, as long as you're watching our streams and chatting, as long as you're liking, sharing, and subscribing, you are a valuable and honored member of Mobile Task Force Psi-42, codename the Signal Boosters. And because of your service, SCP projects like Anomaly, the animated show from Just Alice, or other projects that we find along the way, can and will get more engagement, and therefore more support, and therefore will make more things in the SCP-verse. If Amazon and Netflix want to run away from us because Creative Commons, we'll just have to do it ourselves. And so that's up to us, the fandom, to support these projects and Site42's Mobile Task Force Psi-42 codename Signal Boosters. You're the right people for the job. So thank you for your service. Now, without further ado, my favorite SCPs in no particular order are SCP-3999, SCP-3043, SCP-008-J, SCP-Spooky-J, SCP-5031, SCP-5175, SCP-5320, and SCP-8980. Content warning on that last one, it's a bit of a rough read. Speed round. 3999-3043-008-J, Spooky-J, 5031, 5175, 5320, 8980. Content warning on the last one, it's a rough read. Katsuragi, welcome to Site42 staff. Thank you for subscribing. Any very last things I want to look at here before I finally sign off? Dr. Moonston, the first person I saw was Dr. Darkstar. I am sorry, but not sorry that I didn't see your messages. Please do not take me not seeing your message personally, otherwise it's going to be a very toxic environment. There's a lot of chats. I'm doing my best, guys. I'm doing my best. Low key. Low key. Thank you again for day 3 of your intense generosity. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much. As well as being a member. I'm getting off stream right now. You and I are going out for hibachi, okay? Thank you for your generosity. Let's go get some hibachi as soon as I sign off from stream. Dr. Sherman, before you leave, take this. Love everything you do and keep being you. Your kindness. How? Whew. Okay. Site 42 staff, I hope you had fun. I hope you learned something. This has been Fanart Friday, a subsidiary of the Anomalous broadcast from Site 42. Be safe, be well, and as always, secure, contain, protect. See you at the next video or stream. His eyes, they closed, and his last breath spoke. He had seen all to be seen. A life once full, now an empty vase, wilt the blossoms on his early grave. Walk away, me boy, walk away, me boy, and by morning we'll be free. Wipe that golden tear from your mother dear, and raise what's left of the flag for me. Then the rosary beads, count 'em 1, 2, 3, fell apart as they hit the floor. In a garb of black, we must pay respect to the colors we're born to mourn. Walk away, me boy, walk away, me boy, and by morning we'll be free. Wipe that golden tear from your mother dear, raise what's left of the flag for me. The credit song is What's Left of the Flag by Flogging Molly. We had a last-minute Ko-Fi donation. Dark Duality, thank you for your last-minute Ko-Fi donation as well as being a member. Make sure to grab yourself some chalupas from the commissary. I have a tab to draw on more now, yay. Also, I love the cartoon and Spaceballs, and one of the Mask movies had the baby do the frog dance too. The art I sent is like 7 or 8 years old, lol. Well, still good even if it's retro. All right. Be safe, be well, and see you guys in the next stream. I gotta get to work.